Do you know where Halloween really came from? Many people think it started in America, with children dressing up as ghosts and superheroes, going door to door for candy. But if we look back through history, we'll discover that Halloween's roots go much deeper, stretching back thousands of years. And it wasn't always about costumes, pumpkins, or trick-or-treating. More than 2,000 years ago, before Christianity ever reached Europe, there lived a group of people called the Celts. They inhabited what is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and parts of northern France. For them, the year ended on October 31st, the night of a great festival called Samhain, pronounced Samhain. Samhain marked the transition from the season of life and harvest to the cold, dark season of winter. The Celts believed that on this night, the thin veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead opened. Spirits could cross over, some friendly, others harmful. People thought that ghosts might wander into their homes, so they lit huge bonfires on the hills to keep evil spirits away. They also wore masks and disguises, hoping that any wandering souls would mistake them for fellow spirits and leave them unharmed. It was a night filled with mystery, fear, and faith in unseen forces. A night when the people stood between light and darkness. Centuries later, Christianity began to spread throughout the Celtic lands. The Church, seeking to turn the people's attention away from pagan rituals, gave new meaning to that time of year. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III declared November 1st as All Saints' Day, a day dedicated to honoring all the saints who had lived holy lives, both known and unknown. The day after, November 2nd, became All Souls' Day, a day to remember and pray for the faithful who had died. And so, the night before All Saints' Day, October 31st, became known as All Hallows' Eve. Over the centuries, the name shortened, and people began calling it Halloween. As these traditions blended together, old and new meanings formed. The fires that once warded off spirits came to represent the light of faith that shines against darkness. The costumes once meant to hide from evil were now part of playful community gatherings. What was once a solemn night of fear and mystery transformed into a time of remembrance, reflection, and togetherness. When Irish immigrants brought their customs to America in the 19th century, the celebration evolved again. It became more joyful and colorful, filled with laughter, candy, costumes, and creativity. Pumpkins replaced the old turnip lanterns, and children filled the streets with laughter and excitement. The old roots of fear and superstition slowly gave way to fun and family celebration. But even today, when we look at Halloween, it's important to remember what the Bible teaches about the unseen world. God's word warns us not to seek or entertain anything that glorifies darkness or spiritual deception. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31 says, "Do not turn to mediums or seek out spiritists, for you will be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God." This doesn't mean we must avoid all forms of celebration. Rather, it reminds us to check the intention of our hearts. The real question is, what are we celebrating and why? If our purpose is simply to have fun, to enjoy the creativity of costumes, and to spend time with family and friends, there is no harm in that. But if we find ourselves drawn toward fear, darkness, or anything that glorifies evil, then we've lost sight of what truly matters. As believers, we are called to be the light in the midst of darkness. The Apostle Paul reminds us in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11, "Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them." Halloween, when seen from its full history, is really a mix of ancient customs and Christian remembrance. It tells a story of humanity's journey, from fear of the unseen to finding hope in the eternal light of God. As it says in John chapter 1, verse 5, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." So this Halloween, remember this truth. We don't need to fear the night. We don't need to glorify darkness. Instead, let's shine brighter through kindness, love, and faith. Let our homes and our hearts reflect the light of Christ in every season. Because the real power doesn't belong to ghosts or spirits, nor to the shadows of the night. The real power belongs to God, the giver of life, the source of truth, and the everlasting light that no darkness can overcome. So the next time you hear the word Halloween, think about this. It's not just a night of tricks, treats, and scary stories. It's a reminder that even when the world grows dark, the light of Christ still shines, steady, strong, and eternal.